Good morning, America. Violent storms, dangerous flash flooding, swamping New York City streets. Busy expressways turned into rivers, submerging cars. Water cascading through subways. Thousands of flights canceled. The new threats today.
Breaking overnight, the U.S. retaliates against Iran. Swift punishment for the attack on a base in Jordan that killed at least 2 service members. Video circulating online appearing to show the moment that base was hit. President Trump responding to the latest escalation, plus the outlook on gas prices during the busy travel season.
David due in court for a preliminary hearing, the singer facing charges of killing a 14-year-old girl who authorities say was found dead in the trunk of his car. Will prosecutors seek the death penalty if he's convicted?
Expanding recall. Taylor Farms voluntarily removing lettuce products sold in 27 states as a parasite outbreak across the U.S. sickens more than 1,600 people. Is it in your fridge?
Back to school savings, tax-free shopping holidays getting underway, how to save on clothing, school supplies, computers, and more.
And World Cup mania. The final just hours away. Argentina versus Spain. The veteran pitted against the young phenom. Who may have the edge? Plus, the performers set to take the stage for the first ever World Cup halftime show. The star-studded event to rival the Super Bowl. Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Sunday. Good morning, America.
Well, you should have seen the excitement on Rachel's face when she found out who's performing at the halftime show.
Yes.
And what's going to be there?
I'm going to be there. I got my credential ready to go.
Oh, good morning, America. So can you feel the soccer excitement this
Yes.
morning? I bet you can. After weeks of drama, unforgettable moments, and world-class competition, it all comes down to this. Argentina and Spain face off today for soccer's ultimate prize. We're going to have that preview just ahead.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. Plus, we do have breaking news we're following on the war in Iran as the U.S. launches new strikes following the deaths of 2 service members. Iran's supreme leader declaring President Trump's signature worthless and invalid. The agreement that cooled the fighting weeks ago now effectively dead.
Yes, but we do want to begin with that severe weather threat overnight across the Northeast. ABC's Morgan Norwood joins us with the very latest. Good morning, Good morning, Morgan.
Hey, good morning to you, Rachel. That weather whiplash was stunning, right? After days of hazardous smoke, communities across the Northeast spent the night battling this flash flooding, water rescues, and major travel disruptions.
Overnight, dangerous flash flooding and severe storms slamming the Northeast. The downpour swamping streets across the tri-state area.
The thing was completely flooded. It was you couldn't see the road.
In Queens, New York, this expressway flooded, water up to the window of this submerged car. Police wading through the waist-deep waters, bringing that person to safety. On the Bronx-Queens expressway, these men sought shelter on the top of their truck. A fire truck plowing through the deep water to reach them. Water bursting into the subway station, soaking commuters as cascades of water pour downstairs. Cars driving through flooded streets in downtown Manhattan, the flash flooding surging into homes.
We were trapped down there. As soon as we opened the door, it started flooding right in.
In New Jersey, vehicles abandoned in the high water in Newark.
I could have drowned in there.
This tow truck driver wading in the waist-deep water and debris after his own truck got stuck.
The water got high. It started raining more. Everything just went dead on my truck.
The weather even disrupting the World Cup preparations. This time-lapse video showing storms moving over the New York-New Jersey stadium. Spain's practice canceled. The storm also triggering major travel headaches.
Passengers on board the airplane since 9:30 this morning, and they're getting pretty mutinous.
The FAA issuing ground stops across the storm zone with at least 2,300 cancellations and more than 8,000 delays across the country Saturday, and hundreds of cancellations already in place for today. Now, days after all that wildfire smoke smothered the region, the rain finally pushing all that toxic air out of the Northeast. But with those dangerous wildfires still burning in Canada, millions along the Great Lakes will face much more smoke and air quality concerns through tomorrow. And out west, devastating monsoon flooding. Authorities confirming that the missing 29-year-old Arizona man was killed after being swept away. Meanwhile, in Texas, cleanup and recovery efforts still underway after last week's intense flooding. Arkansas sending search and rescue teams to help.
And still thinking about those communities there. The weather threat shifts today. Monsoon moisture will keep flash flooding a concern in the southwest, as you saw, while severe storms are expected to stretch from southern Virginia to northern Georgia. So another round on the way, guys.
I mean, it's just so much weather, and we're seeing so many effects of it and the damage and all of that. Thank you so much, Morgan. Let's get more on the severe weather risk now. Meteorologist Leslie Lopez is here now with what to expect. Leslie, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, we're just showing you more of what we saw yesterday. This is over into Queens yesterday. That severe line of storms moving through, dropping in so much heavy rainfall. Now that same system is shifting south. It is getting down into areas of Virginia, all the way into Atlanta, bringing with it the same type of weather. We're talking about heavy amounts of rain, the opportunity for damaging winds, which we did see yesterday as well. And we're going to continue to see the opportunity for this wet weather, even stretching all the way down into Hattiesburg. We're going to call this a 2 out of 5 threat level in that yellow. Again, we could see that heavy rainfall, even an isolated tornado as a possibility as we're moving forward. And then we're going to see the opportunity for this rainfall to really just continue to move in as we're heading into, it looks like, even by the time we're ending tonight. So we're going to keep the wet weather going. Over to you, Whit.
All right, Leslie, we'll check back with you in just a bit. Now to the war in Iran. The U.S. reporting the deaths of 2 service members in an Iranian attack on a base in Jordan. Another service member is now missing. ABC's Marcus Moore joins us with the latest overnight. Marcus, good morning.
Well, Whit, good morning. The U.S. responding to that Iranian strike that killed at least 2 Americans, and those casualties marking the first U.S. deaths since President Trump declared the ceasefire to be over. Overnight, the U.S. launching new strikes on Iran, retaliation for the drone and missile attack that killed 2 American service members and injured several others at a base in Jordan Saturday. 1 service member is still missing. In these new American strikes, CENTCOM saying the U.S., quote, targeted Islamic Revolutionary Guard forces that launched those attacks in Jordan. Video circulating online appears to show multiple projectiles raining down from the night sky the moment that base was hit. 4 injured service members were taken to hospitals in Jordan and later released. Several others suffered minor injuries and have returned to duty. So far in this war, 16 American troops have been killed and more than 400 wounded, according to the Department of Defense. These latest combat deaths are the first reported since the fighting restarted. Responding to word of the deadly attack, President Trump reportedly telling the New York Post, quote, it's a shame, but in this case, they died because they don't want to see Iran have a nuclear weapon, and they don't want to see the Middle East blown up. The attack came after 7 straight days of U.S. strikes on Iranian targets, including surveillance sites and military logistics infrastructure. Both sides now say the ceasefire agreed in mid-June is over. Iran, meanwhile, has been targeting its neighbors, launching missiles and drones at American bases in Jordan, Bahrain, and Kuwait. Those strikes raising questions about the status of American missile defense. It's estimated that the war is severely depleting critical U.S. munitions, including for the Patriot missile batteries crucial to protecting American troops and allies. But just last month, Secretary Hegseth dismissed reports of any shortages.
Ultimately, our stockpiles are great, and they'll only get stronger.
The U.S. has now carried out strikes on Iranian targets for 8 straight days, and several countries have condemned the Iranian strikes and are calling for restraint. But for now, Rachel, it seems there is no end in sight.
Yeah, 140 days into this conflict. Okay, Marcus, thank you. Well, the escalating tensions between the U.S. and Iran, well, it's sending gas prices up again. ABC's Christian Cordero joins us now with the numbers. Good morning.
Hey there, Rachel. Good morning. So gas prices are rising with the tension around the Strait of Hormuz, where 1/5 of the global oil supply passes through. U.S. oil is trading at $82.47, up about 4.5%, while the national average for a gallon of regular gas in the U.S. is now $3.98, according to Gas Buddy, a 14-cent increase from last week's average and $1 more expensive compared to when the war began. This is all coinciding with the busy summer travel season and the lack of traffic moving through the Strait of Hormuz. This morning, Iranian state media reports the regime intercepted 4 ships in the strait today, warning those waiting to pass that they must directly coordinate with the IRGC. Data from maritime analytics firm Kepler shows ship traffic dropping significantly, as low as single digits in recent days, compared to about 70 ships that crossed per day during the temporary memorandum of understanding, and roughly 100 per day before the war began. Our team has spoken with shipping executives who have vessels waiting to cross. They say they want more clarity before they feel safe enough to move ships through. And until the bottlenecking eases, analysts say gas prices will keep going up.
Yeah, such a back and forth on these gas prices. Christiane, thank you so much. Let's go ahead and bring in ABC News Chief Washington correspondent Jonathan Karl, who's going to be hosting This Week Later here on ABC. Jonathan, it is good to see you. So you're going to be speaking with Energy Secretary Chris Wright this morning. How concerned is the Trump administration about the impact of this war on the cost of living?
Well, Gio, the official line from the president himself is that the most important thing is that Iran must never get a nuclear weapon. But make no mistake, they are deeply concerned about that. I am talking to the energy secretary. You know, he was on this show on This Week back in March saying that the war would certainly be over in a matter of weeks. And a number of times since then, he said that gas prices would very quickly be coming down. Now we are seeing quite the reverse. Gas prices did come down with the ceasefire. And now, of course, the price of oil, the price of gas, back up, not surprisingly, because this war is anything but over.
Absolutely. John, let's turn to President Trump's speech on voting security. He made a lot of claims there. How are Republicans in Congress responding to his claims?
Well, I thought maybe the most interesting response came from John Cornyn. This is a senior Republican, a member of the Intelligence Committee, so he's got access to all that intelligence. And he said he saw little new at all, nothing really new in what the president released. Other Republicans have wondered why the president is spending so much time talking about the 2020 election. We're going to take a deep dive on all of this. And, Gio, I am going to look not just at what the president claimed, but how much of what he released actually contradicts those claims. It's very interesting.
Very interesting, and you're going to watch it all. All right, John, thank you so much. And tune in to This Week Later here on ABC. As we said, John interviews Energy Secretary Chris Wright amid those rising gas prices and more U.S. attacks on Iran. Plus, John speaks with Senator Mark Warner, the top Senate Intel Democrat, to respond to President Trump's election speech. Whit?
Gio, now to the funeral for Nolan Wells set for tomorrow as his family presses for answers about his mysterious death. ABC's Ike Ajachi joins us now with more. Ike, good morning.
Hey, good morning, William. Good morning, everyone. The family of Nolan Wells, they're preparing to lay their 18-year-old son to rest. Wells was found dead on July 6th in the waters off Mississippi's Horn Island, where he'd been celebrating the 4th of July holiday with friends. Now, 2 weeks later, his family is finalizing funeral plans. Now, his mother, Christine Wells Wansley, says the service will be held Monday at Center Point Church in Ocean Springs, followed by a celebration of Nolan's life at the Jackson County Fairgrounds. Tyler Perry is paying for the funeral. The Reverend Al Sharpton is set to officiate, and civil rights attorney Ben Crump will deliver what the family is calling a call to justice. Now, his mother shared her heartbreak publicly, an emotional message to supporters on Instagram. Take a listen.
This loss, this grief, this pain, it's different. It's insurmountable. And I know if no one was here, he'd be like, Mom, you know, just keep talking to the people, keep telling my story, keep telling your story. So that is going to be my plan.
Now, there are still questions surrounding his death. Authorities suspect he drowned, but the sheriff says the investigation is still open. An autopsy is pending, and his parents now say they're ready to hand over Nolan's cell phone to the district attorney. Rachel.
Yeah, it's going to be an emotional week for that family. Okay, Ike, thank you. We're going to turn now to the singer David, due in court for this week. Preliminary hearing ahead of his murder trial. ABC's Jacqueline Lee has more. Good morning, Jacqueline.
Rachel, good morning. The case has riveted the country, with singer David saying he is innocent. Prosecutors say they have enough evidence to prove he is guilty of murdering a 14-year-old. New details in the murder case of singer David, due back in court this week to face charges of killing a 14-year-old girl who authorities say was found dead in the trunk of his car. And this morning, some are asking whether the Los Angeles district attorney will seek the death penalty against the 21-year-old singer if convicted. LA District Attorney Nathan Hochman speaking out on the case in April.
A parent's nightmare is a situation where your daughter goes out one night and never comes back.
Saying he is weighing all his legal options.
Well, the death penalty is reserved for the most heinous crimes. There are special circumstances that have been pled in the complaint by the prosecution that gives it, under California state law, an opportunity to seek the death penalty.
David, whose real name is David Burke, is accused of luring Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a 7th grader at the time, to his Hollywood Hills home in April 2025, where prosecutors say she was stabbed to death. He has pleaded not guilty.
I media trained you.
Authorities believe Celeste, seen here with Burke on a live stream in 2024, was a witness to his alleged sex crimes and say he was trying to protect his blossoming career. David, who once had 40 million monthly listeners on Spotify, canceling a world tour shortly after authorities discovered her body. The singer's preliminary hearing is scheduled to start Tuesday, where prosecutors will present their evidence and eyewitness testimony. A judge will decide if there's enough to proceed to trial.
Preliminary hearing is a very important step in this criminal process, and particularly for the public, it's going to give us a lot of information about the evidence.
Again, David has pled not guilty and is behind bars this morning. His attorney previously saying in a statement that the evidence will show David Burke did not murder Celeste Rivas Hernandez and he was not the cause of her death. Gio.
So many watching this case. Jacqueline, thank you so much. And breaking overnight, a second death reported from the Legionnaire's disease cluster in New York City. That word from health officials who say that the source of the exposure has likely been eliminated. So all of the cooling towers on the Upper East Side of the city that had an initial positive PCR test have completed remediation. At least 72 cases are reported, with 9 people remaining hospitalized this morning. What?
Gio, new details this morning as a parasite outbreak across the U.S. has sickened more than 1,600 people. Taylor Farms says it's voluntarily removing all iceberg lettuce sourced from central Mexico from the U.S. market. According to a recall notice by the FDA, the shredded lettuce was sold in 27 states between June 29th through July 16th. The CDC says the outbreak remains under investigation and is now linked to shredded iceberg lettuce that was served at some Taco Bell locations in 5 states, Gio.
And hard to believe, Whit, but back to school shopping is already underway, and families, well, they're hoping to stretch their budgets. Timing, though, could make a very big difference with tax-free shopping periods beginning across much of the country. And ABC's Andrew Dimber joins us now with what shoppers need to know. You are following those savings, Andrew.
Hey, good morning, Gio. Well, the countdown has already begun. And for savvy shoppers who've done their homework, now may be the time to score an A in savings. This weekend, tax-free shopping holidays are underway in Alabama and Puerto Rico, while Florida's month-long sales tax holiday starts tomorrow, Monday, giving shoppers a break on eligible clothing, school supplies, computers, and more. Then in August, another wave of tax-free holidays kicks off across much of the country. States including Arkansas, Connecticut, Illinois, Iowa, Maryland, New Mexico, and a handful of others offering tax breaks on classroom essentials. Meanwhile, the summer school shopping trend already heating up online. New data from Adobe shows sales of kids' apparel, backpacks, lunch boxes, binders, and school uniforms have all surged in July. Adobe expects the rush to keep building, forecasting back-to-school spending online will climb through the rest of this month before peaking during the first 2 weeks of August. So a little planning now could mean bigger savings before the first school bell even rings. Rachel?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of kids out there watching that are saying, no, don't say back to school. We're still enjoying summer.
And the parents needing a little more time, too.
Exactly.
A lot of people asking, will the smoke impact the World Cup game? The answer is no. It's going to be 80, clear skies, sunny, and it should be wonderful.
Yeah. We had the rough day yesterday.
Rough day yesterday.
Washed out that bad air. We will take that. Thank you, Leslie. Speaking of the World Cup, let's turn to that final. Just hours away, roughly 80,000 fans from around the world descending on New York, New Jersey Stadium. It's Spain versus Argentina, the defending champs hoping 39-year-old Lionel Messi will lead them to a repeat. Based on scoring alone, Argentina has the edge. 19 goals in the tournament, Spain 13, but Spain's defense has only conceded a single goal. On Saturday, though, the third-place match took center stage. 2 European heavyweights, France and England, delivering goals galore. England nearly giving up a 4-0 lead, but held on to win 6-4. Kylian Mbappe scoring twice for France, surpassing Messi, both as leading goal scorer of the tournament and most World Cup goals of all time now with 22. And at age 27, Mbappe's run could be difficult to surpass, as many believe he still has at least 1 or 2 more World Cups left in his legs. An incredible game yesterday, but the finale, of course, happens in just a few hours. I will be there for ABC News, World News Tonight, and then nice early morning tomorrow on GMA.
Who's working harder?
I know,
the players or you?
But it's worth it. It's going to be so
It's going to be so awesome.
Can't wait.
I cannot wait to see all of your interviews as well. Okay, we're very excited. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning America. We've got a preview of the can't-miss halftime performance and break down the World Cup showdown between Spain and Argentina.
Ooh, I can't wait for that. Plus, are you looking to escape the heat? We're heading to the movies where Moana is making a splash. And guess what? The air conditioning is free. Will Gans joins us with what to watch this week in today's Binge This. Keep it right here. You're watching GMA on this Sunday morning. And welcome back to GMA. And what nostalgia, right? A pilot for the Mickey Mouse Club has been ordered by Disney Plus, the iconic show debuting on TV more than 70 years ago by our parent company, Disney, and has launched careers for many stars, including Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, and Ryan Gosling. I was dancing already when they started playing that tune. Brings back such good memories. I'm really excited about this one.
Oh, absolutely. We are very excited. All right, so turning now to some of the other big stories we are following here on this Sunday morning. Overnight, a series of Russian ballistic missile attacks in Ukraine, killing at least one person, injuring 16 others in Kyiv. Ukraine's president saying at least 41 missiles struck, destroying and damaging buildings across the city. The barrage coming one day after Ukraine hit Moscow with a drone attack.
Police outside Philadelphia investigating a report of a burglary at the home of Eagles running back Saquon Barkley. They say Barkley and his family were not harmed and the burglars had fled by the time officers arrived. Investigators are looking for information about a vehicle that could be connected to the burglary and for the public's help in identifying anyone involved.
And British runner Josh Kerr crushing the world record for running a mile. He crossed the finish line, get this, in 3 minutes, 42.66 seconds on Saturday at the Diamond League meet in London, breaking a record set in 1999. Kerr said he just took off and he kept his foot on the gas.
He did more than just take off.
Literally.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Incredible.
3 minutes?
Ooh,
what's your mile time? I don't know.
Not that.
Not that.
Yeah.
It ain't that. All right, we're going to start this half hour here with billions of soccer fans around the world gearing up for the World Cup final match, now just hours away. Argentina versus Spain. The team's pitting a man called the greatest soccer player of all time against a 19-year-old phenomenon. Joining us now is former pro soccer player and ESPN analyst Herculez Gomez. What's up, man? Welcome.
Welcome.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Listen, you are excited. Everybody's excited. Whit's going to be there as well. Argentina has been sort of like the king of the late game drama. What can we expect? Do we expect that same kind of thing tonight?
Well, if your head sees the game and sees what's been going on, you would say Spain dominates this. There's no way they're letting this slip. It's the best defensive team with the best expected goals. That means they get to the goal closer. They're the closest to scoring. They've truly dominated on the field. But your eyes tell you a different story. Your eyes tell you that this team in Argentina just won't quit, just won't die. And your eyes have told you that you can't bet against greatness. You can't bet against Lionel Messi.
I want to talk about Messi, right? Because he has been playing absolutely incredible. But tonight he's going up against Spain's defense, and it has been a total brick wall. So what happens when the world's best player meets defense like this?
I mean, the narratives are crazy here. You have the world's best player who in 2014 was 31 years of age and lost to Germany in that final. And I remember the commentators saying, this could be his last game in World Cup history because he'll be 35 in Qatar. And then he goes to Qatar, and it's a mic drop moment. He wins in that spectacular fashion. And here we are in the United States where he plays at Inter Miami in Major League Soccer, and he's 39 years of age, and he's doing it all over again. It defies logic. So regardless of how good Spain's defense is, would you bet against Brady? Would you bet against Jordan?
Exactly,
Would you bet against Simone Biles? Like, I'm not betting against a GOAT, so it's a clash of two styles. The best offensive team in Spain, or excuse me, in Argentina, and the best defensive team in Spain. But there's Lionel Messi in this mix.
And speaking of this clash, you got Messi, but then on the other side, you have this young phenom, 19-year-old Lamine Yamal. Talk about what we can expect, people who don't know him, and what he means as a potential game changer for Spain.
Yeah, he is the game changer. He's the X factor in this one because he's not exploded yet. He's 19 years of age, and when he was 16, we saw him in the Euros, the European Championship, and he took over. He dominated, and you're just like, I've not seen this from Pelé. I've not seen this from Messi. I didn't see this from Kylian Mbappe. I'm seeing it from Lamine Yamal. But he's been at half gas here. He's been a little bit injured. He hasn't exploded. And that's a scary thing for Argentina. Because the moment he's exploded, if that moment ends up being the World Cup final, you're in trouble. This is like a handing the torch moment, but we're going to see what Messi has to say about this.
You know, this tournament has been so fun to watch because we've seen the world sort of come together around it. It's belonged to the fans. It's belonged to the underdogs. What has this done for smaller countries?
Oh, I mean, the stories, the narratives, who didn't love Cape Verde, Cabo Verde, and Bosnia going from 50,000 Instagram followers to 29 million right now. That story is phenomenal. Curacao, who comes into the first World Cup and gains a point against Ecuador. All these small nations who are using the World Cup as a massive platform to showcase their countries, to showcase themselves. It's amazing. Listen, I was fortunate enough to play in a World Cup in 2010. And I remember what the hotel was like, the bus ride, and the stadium. And that was it. This is my third World Cup now as an analyst on this side of the fence. And it's a party. It's a celebration of people, and it is amazing, an event unlike any other.
Yeah, I've heard people talking that perhaps this is like the greatest World Cup in recent generations. I mean, it's just been so fun to watch.
Listen, what I've seen at the group stages and the knockout round so far, it's living up to its billing.
Yeah.
Qatar was something else, and it was something else because of that final. The World Cup final in Qatar was probably the best final we've ever seen. A monumental moment capped off with a monumental win with Argentina over a massive Kylian Mbappe and that comeback. This has the makings of a great final. Generational stuff here.
Sure does. Two Titans going to head-to-head.
Yes.
Herculez, thank you so much.
Are you going?
I'm going to be there. I'll be up in the nosebleeds with the press pass.
We'll be watching on TV.
Yeah, I'm sure, better seat. Let me know. Yeah, I'll come switch with you. And speaking of the World Cup, it's also taking a page from the Super Bowl with its first ever halftime show, and it's set to rival anything seen on the football field with a host of A-list performers.
The 2026 FIFA World Cup set to make history. During the final match today between reigning champs Argentina and Spain, a star-studded halftime show, the first ever in a World Cup, with superstars Shakira, Madonna, Justin Bieber, and BTS. All co-headliners in the 11-minute extravaganza.
It was about bringing together the biggest stars on the planet to create something that felt really collaborative and felt like something that really represented the world. It needs to be unique and it needs to feel organic to that moment.
Global Citizen, the group behind it, says this halftime show could top Super Bowl halftime numbers, and all for a good cause.
We set ourselves this hugely ambitious goal, try to raise $100 million for kids' education all around the world.
The idea for the event?
I used to roll the dice, feel the fear in my enemy's eyes.
Coming from Coldplay's Chris Martin.
It's a chance to show how amazing all different kinds of humans are.
Who will also perform. And 90 minutes before kickoff, the first of its kind closing ceremony, featuring a special appearance from Hollywood megastar Tom Cruise. Will he top his high-wire act from the closing ceremony at the 2024 Paris Olympics? Also set to headline, Post Malone and Jennifer Hudson, who just days after her MLB All-Star Game appearance will sing the national anthem.
I mean, it's so much fun because we've never seen anything quite like this at a World Cup before. And Gio, I understand you spoke with one of the performers.
Yeah, yesterday on ABC News Live, Emmanuel Kelly. He is so cool. This is him right there. He actually grew up with nuns at an orphanage in Baghdad. He was born with underdeveloped limbs because of prenatal exposure to chemical warfare. He is so cool. And he was telling me this performance will be showing how we are all one. This country, this world, we are all one. And that's what's so exciting. He just has a song that just released on Friday, so congrats to him. It's called Hello. It's amazing. So he's going to take the stage. So many are excited.
Yeah.
So many are excited.
Really bringing everybody together. Yeah. Very exciting. Great. We can't spend all our summer hours outside, especially not in this heat. Will Gans is here with the latest edition of Binge This. Okay, Will?
Yeah, there's the sound effect.
Where are we starting?
Wildfire smoke, storms, heat, you name it. Great reasons to stay inside, and so are some of these films that I've got to recommend. Two semi-aquatic adventures making a splash in theaters right now. First up, Moana, the live-action version starring The Rock and his hair, ? Has audiences wigging out, pun intended, at an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes popcorn meter. It's got all the songs you know and love, plus a brand new banger from Lin-Manuel Miranda. That's in theaters right now, and sailing right in behind it is Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, Lupita Nyong'o, and Charlize Theron in The Odyssey. It's Christopher Nolan's...
Just to name a few, by the way.
Truly. Christopher Nolan's follow-up to Oppenheimer. It's massive in every sense of the word. Filmed on IMAX cameras for IMAX screens, almost 3 hours long, and we will definitely be talking about this film come Oscar season. Plus, it's a great way to get your Tom Holland and Zendaya fix until Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out in 2 weeks. I saw the movie yesterday. It's just, we're going to be talking about movies like going forward. How does this compare to The Odyssey?
Wow.
It's just that big.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Okay,
go see it.
What if we want to stream something at home?
Got some recos for you there too. Project Hail Mary, finally free to stream at home if you've got Prime Video. This came out at the beginning of the year, but if you missed it, I highly recommend checking it out. Ryan Gosling plays a science teacher who wakes up on a spaceship light years from Earth. He befriends an alien named Rocky to help him remember how he got there and hopefully how to save the planet as well. It's funny, it's hopeful, it's gripping, it's emotional. Really, really beautiful as well, so that's worth checking out. Also free to stream with the Disney Plus subscription is Hoppers. This is great for the whole family. Maybe not about saving the planet, but about saving the environment for a community of beavers and all their friends. It's got 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics love it, audiences love it, and there's an epic dance sequence that's not to be missed.
Epic dance sequence.
Yeah.
Okay, Emmy nominations came out this week. Anything we should have our eye on?
Yes, we were talking about this one yesterday. Widow's Bay snagged a surprise
so good.
19 nominations, including Best Comedy Series for its freshman season on Apple TV. Matthew Rhys stars as the mayor of a town on a remote New England island that may or may not be supernaturally cursed. Probably is.
Yeah, probably.
Equal parts spooky and funny, and all 10 episodes are streaming now. Or if 10 episodes is a lot, grab your Kangol hat or maybe your headband and lean into the 90s vibe of Love Story, JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. It's nominated for Best Limited Series. Made household names, or at least star turns, for Sarah Pigeon and Paul Anthony Kelly. Available to stream on Disney Plus and Hulu right now.
These are great options here. Widow's Bay.
Oh my
Very
gosh.
good.
Laugh out loud funny,
Yeah,
too.
funny,
Yes.
scary, the whole bit.
Very spooky, too.
We'll be right back.
And we are back now with our play of the day. And Will Gans is back as well with a very cute story.
Oh, this is just so adorable. All right, allow me to introduce you to the Pisoni family from Philadelphia. 3.5-year-old Silas and his older brother Miles have been asking mom for a baby sister for a while, and she says that is not in the cards at the moment. So instead, Silas picked out a baby doll from the store, and the internet has fallen in love with Silas and baby Ellie's adventure. Silas has been cooking for Ellie, who I found out is a boy, by the way, playing with him, bathing him, you name it. This video has racked up 500,000 likes on Instagram in less than 4 days. But mom, who is also a school teacher, tells me it's about more than just going viral.
You know, he's learning so much more than just like playing with a baby. You know, he's learning a lot of self-help skills. He's working on his own emotions and trying to communicate more, whether it's to me or Ellie. So it's a lot of good coming out from just a doll. And apparently, I guess someone said dolls are for girls, but I mean, it's much more than that. He's my child and he's happy. So that's what matters most to me, that he's happy.
Oh yeah. Notice, by the way, that one baby doll has turned into 3.
Multiplying.
Things are going well. Yeah, because they're going so well with Ellie and the other baby doll. Silas and Miles told me they're hoping that mom will get them a snake and a guinea pig to play with next. So they're really leaning into the parent energy.
Maybe those will be plush toys, you know?
Yes.
I love that. That's so sweet. And all about making him the happiest. That's great, Will. Thanks.
All right, well, that was fun. Thank you so much for starting your day with us. Great to have Rachel here.
Good to be here.
Leslie as well.
Everybody, we got a big World Cup match coming up here, and we'll have more coverage on ABC News Live. Have a great week, everybody. We like you too.